Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, Queen. Welcome, Deanna Washington. Today, you all, I have a special guest, and this special guest is going to talk to us about why money matters in love. But she's not just any special guest, she is the kept wife strategist. So if you are a single woman and you want to be a kept wife, you keep watching. If you are married and you want to have more love and abundance in your relationship, you keep watching. If you have seen this come across your timeline and you say, you know what, I'm going to go back and watch it, you make sure when you go back and watch it, you put hashtag replay so that we saw that you watched this video. And make sure you tag a friend who needs to hear and see this video. If it's good, put a this is good in the comment section. And if you have more questions, make sure you put that in the comment section as well. So if this is your first time watching me live, I am Terry Alford. I am known as the Women's Wealth Strategist. I specialize in helping business owners build wealth and financial freedom so that we can live, lead, and leave multi-million dollar legacies. And this October, like literally in 20 something days, we are going to have our first Attract Abundance conference. And one of our sponsors and guest speakers is none other than the kept wife strategist. Oh, bless his name. The kept wife strategist, Deanna Washington. Deanna, tell us about who you are and what do you do?
I mean, first of all, Terry, can you just come travel with me and like introduce me? Like
Yes,
set the
I would
stage.
love to. I would love to. I'm just trying to
listen,
hold my composure because I'm so
listen.
excited to have this conversation with you on today.
I'm so glad to be here. You all, Terry is amazing. And I mean, talk about like exuding wealth. You attracted me. I was attracted to it. I'm like, yes, because love, marriage, it's a wealth building tool. Okay. I love me some money. I love I love living the kept life. And I really am just, I have a heart specifically, for our women.
Yeah.
I believe that a lot of the money conversations are not being had. It's taboo to talk about provision. And, I'm trying to kick down that door. Like, no, money should be a part of these conversations that we're having to secure our futures and our legacy. So we are perfectly in alignment here. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited. I'm excited as well. I'm excited that you're here today. I'm excited that you're going to be at the conference October 24th through the 26th in Frisco, Texas. And I'll share if it's okay with you. I'll share you with you all. When I decided to say yes to God's vision for this conference, I had no idea that the perfect missing piece was to speak about love and abundance until I woke up one morning and I said, oh, and it was just something that just said, that's it. And I said, that is it. She is it. And so I shot my shot. I shot my
Come on
shot.
now.
And here she is. And just like she said, I attracted myself to her. She attracted herself to me. And apparently she attracted herself to her husband because he that finds a wife finds a good thing. See, I got a trophy like ring, but I don't have that ring just yet. So I'm coming to learn too. Please don't think for one second that I'm one of those leaders, those visionaries who believe that I know everything, because I don't know
Amen.
everything. We all can learn from each other. So I'm here
Right.
to learn as well. That's why I'm excited. I can't wait for my Mr. Exceedingly abundantly above all I can ask or think. I can't wait for him to come. But when he come, I know I'm going to be ready because I have been
Okay.
able to sit up under the teachings and the learnings
Yeah.
of the kept wife strategist. So
All
let's
right. All
let's
right then.
let, let, let's begin. Let's
Let's
begin
get to it.
by sharing, first of all, how did you come up with that title? Like that title alone
Ooh.
is striking. Like, where did it come from? How did
You
you
know,
know that that was going to be the thing that you were called to do and purposed to do in this season?
so I have been a coach for a decade now. And during that time, I'm sure all of my professional women can identify with the fact that in your career, you are growing. So there's different iterations of you, right? Okay, there we go. There's different iterations of you. I have went by many titles. At first I was just a relationship coach. Then as I studied for years the laws of attraction, and I actually put together a framework called Love Attraction Mastery, then I was the love attraction expert, right? Then from there I was like, wait a minute, but I'm doing more than that. I'm like guiding people through love. So I was the love guide. And I actually had a peer and mentor of mine. Her name is Natalie Bullen. She said, actually, you doing something way more deep than that. Like, you have a very specific woman that I see you talking to. I see you giving very specific game. It's given like kept wife. It's given kept wife strategist. I have been calling myself, like, I have been saying, oh, I'm a kept wife life, while everyone was saying soft life. I'm like, well, yeah, but I'm a kept wife.
Mhm.
So that's where it came from. When she said it, it was like a quickening, like I got that quickening feeling, and God confirmed it, like, yes, that's where you are. That's your specific calling and who you're going to talk to. So now when I introduce myself, I'm usually like love guide to all, but kept wife strategist to the women I'm called to serve. So it's
Wow.
very clear. I can help everyone, but the women that I'm really called to serve in close proximity with my programs, I'm talking to them.
Yes. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's amazing. So I've had the honor and the privilege to meet Natalie as well. We've
Mhm.
been following each other sometime online, and I met her in November of last year in person. So
Mhm.
it's just beautiful how the company that you keep can
Yes.
really impact who you become. I was just speaking with our photographer for the event. Her name is Millie. Shout out to Millie. I was speaking to Millie this morning. We were speaking about the company that you keep and the people that are around you. They really affect your movement, your momentum, and how
Mhm.
you accelerate in your business. And so you just actually shared that. So speaking
Yeah.
of you being able to help people guide themselves through love's journey, and you also mentioned that you're a coach and you've helped people in business and so forth. I have a few
Mhm.
questions as it pertains to
Go ahead.
love and balancing business and balancing being a boss chick and being a boss woman. Because let me tell you something, like I
Mhm.
love talking about getting the bag. I love
Yes.
talking about what to do with the bag, but I know for a fact that we have to make sure that home is taken care of, right? And we
Mhm.
also have to make sure that our love life is intact, because if our love life is not right, then it's going to affect like the movement and the momentum that we have in our business. So can you tell us more about what we should have in mind as we are working on our bag, as we're working in our business, as we're working as professional women? I know some men are watching too, because
Mhm.
y'all are nosy. Hey men,
Mhm.
can you tell us some things that we should be cognizant of, and then also share with us how having an abundance of love can help us show up as our best selves?
Yeah, absolutely. First, I can see the comments. I don't know if you can, so I'm going to make sure I address. Hi, Camille. She told everyone to share the live. She said she couldn't wait to hear from me. Well, you're about to hear it. And one of my Kepti supporters, hi, Carly. I'm glad you're tuning in. So the first part of your question is kind of like, how do you balance that, right? We're professional women, we're into our career, we like the success, we're going after the bag. First, I just want to be clear, and go against the grain, which is what I do a lot of the time, right? You will frequently hear me talk about commoners. Those are the outsiders, right? That's the 90% of people. We're the 10%. That's my Keptis. That's who I'm talking to. People who are not trying to fit in, with the masses. They're not listening to the same rhetoric that's happening over and over, because the same rhetoric out there is that you can't have both, right? You're not going to have a man that provides, who loves you, honors you, and cherishes you. You're going to have to pick. If he got money, he's probably not going to treat you well. He's probably not going to have time. If you have money and you're a boss chick, you need to lower your standards and be with the man who doesn't make as much. You're going to have that trade-off. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I know that I make it look fun, and I be at the spas and on vacation and all of these things, but I'm here. This is work. Okay. Okay. So I have a business still, right? I am still a businesswoman, a CEO. And I have a husband who provides it all. He is a keeper, and a keeper is a man who not only has the financial provision, but he provides emotional stability. He provides support, right? He provides the emotional support. He provides the mental support as well. So I'm not lacking for nothing. And that's what I'm trying to tell women. Like, you can have that all. And what is required to have that all is some balance. You do have to know how to put things down sometimes. Like, I'm not my husband's boss. I'm not a CEO when I'm talking to him. I'm not at work when I have to do things with my husband. I'm his wife. And I play that role. And I teach women how to do that. I teach them how to kind of compartmentalize and use feminine defaults with your man. That's the main
I'm
thing.
listening. I'm not interrupting. Keep on talking, Queen. You looking at me like, no, keep talking, keep doing what you're doing.
I'm like, listen, I will go on. Like,
really?
This is my passion. This is what I love. And I love for women to feel inspired, right? I don't want women to feel limited. And that's a lot of the time what I hear. Oh, a man's going to be intimidated if I have this money. Not a keeper. Not a keeper. My husband's celebrating when I'm reaching these milestones in the business, when more money is coming in. Not because I got to pay a bill with it, though. Let's be very clear. Not because of that. He's celebrating my success because it fulfills me and it helps other women. He's taking care of the provision and what got to go on. And ladies, you can attract that. You can absolutely attract that. A big part of attracting that is requiring it. You gotta require it. You can't
require. It's a non-negotiable, is what she said, y'all. I hope you all are taking notes. Tag your friends. Okay.
Tag your friends. Tag them all, right? Because we want as many women as possible to start being filled with possibility and belief and abundance, not lack, not our fears. And let me just say, because I know if you meet me now, you'll be like, oh, but she's beautiful. Oh, this, oh, that. Okay. But listen, I was overweight. I had a lack mindset. I did not have myself together at all. So I can teach this because I've had to do it. And I continue to do this work. It's not like a set it and forget it. It's a lifestyle. The same, like when you talk about making changes to your physical physique, and you want to get healthy, you can crash diet. So crash dieting would be like listening to these coaches and gurus that want to give you manipulation tactics. They want to tell you how to trick someone into buying you something or taking you on a one-time vacation. I'm talking about preparing yourself as a woman, up-leveling yourself so you attract the higher caliber of men who are keepers, who keep you for life. That's what I'm talking about. This isn't a fly-by-night type of deal. This is, okay, you got to make some changes about yourself. You have to adopt a new mindset. And that mindset has to then drive what I call like your mind, your mouth, your moves. It starts with your mindset. then you're going to start speaking that because that's what you're filling your mind with. And then all of your moves are going to be aligned with the new mindset. That's what it's going to take. Let me see. Oh, people. Come on, Camille. She's tagging people. That's what I'm talking about. That's an abundant mindset right there. I'm not going to keep this knowledge to myself. I'm going to go tag other women so that they can hear this as well. Thank you so much. We appreciate
yes, thank you. And I agree. I totally agree with you, with us having to make things a requirement and making it a non-negotiable. Like, so what we're not going to do at this stage in life is play around. Like, if you for real, you're for real. And if you're not, then we don't have time. We really don't have time, right? There's a quote I hear people say, don't let your boyfriend keep you from your husband.
Listen,
right?
I'm quick to tell somebody that, like, you're single until you're not. My boyfriend. Look, I can't, I'm discombobulated with the word because I don't even use that word. I was never my husband's girlfriend. What are you talking about? We didn't waste time with that. He came along, we was getting to know each other. Okay, that's my wife. We got engaged, we planned a wedding, we got married. Boyfriend at this big age.
Right, at this big age. Boyfriend.
No, we are dating, getting to know each other. And in that stage, I'm free to date and get to know other people. Notice I'm a woman of God. So I let me be clear. Dating, when I talk about it, I'm specifically talking about doing activities, spending time with the person and getting to know them. I'm not talking about having sex. Let me be very clear. If you want to do that, that's fine. But like I tell my clients, I don't judge what they do, but I give them a clear path to get there the quickest. If you do what I say, you follow the path. Now, if you veer off and you do something I said you should not do, it might take you longer, or you might get to another path. That's not my problem. I done told you what the path is.
Right. I told you what to do. And if you don't do what I told you to do, that's on you. That's how that's how I see it. That's how I say it. So
now I'll hold your hand and I'll support you while you gotta cry and come on back to the road I told you to be on. But let's get there quick.
It's so many things I want to speak to you about, but I know I can't do it all today. But the good news is we're gonna have another interview. Before I speak about timing, because I want to speak about timing, right? Because I watched one of your videos in which you were speaking about how do you know when it's the right time? Because for some people, it's not the right time and it's not the right season. But I do not want to forget to mention your transformation journey and what it was like to transform your body, because I did my research, y'all. I'm not just gonna put anybody on the platform, right? And so I know that you actually went through a great transformation with your body, and we can see the outer results of what was happening inwardly. So can you tell us about your weight loss transformation and how that has helped you become the woman that you are today?
Absolutely. So it's so important the way you set it up by saying, the inward had to take place first. When I was at my heaviest, I was in my first previous marriage. So I was married before. And, I'm very respectful of that relationship, although it did not last, although it was not the healthiest for myself or for him, I believe. I still try to speak about it in a way that does not dishonor the bond we had. I think as women, it's very important to always be a lady, to always represent yourself and your decisions in the best of lights, right? So in that marriage, I believe we did not consult God. So obviously that starts you with the wrong foundation, right? And we had children before we got married. So we were doing things out of order. And in so doing, so many other things were going wrong. I was the heaviest I had ever been. I was losing my confidence in myself. I was not propelling myself forward in my career. Like nothing was going right. And after I had my second child, and I was like the heaviest I was going back for a checkup. And I had a doctor he had the spirit of, sis, I'm gonna just tell you, he was not mincing words. And he was like, listen, I've gotten to know you a little bit, and your personality is very that of what I want, I'm gonna go for. So as I'm looking at you, that's not aligning with what I feel to be true about who you are. You have two beautiful children, and I would hate for you not to be around to see them grow up. And someone needs to tell you, you carrying around this much weight, your heart is having to work double the time to sustain this. And no one had ever put it to me like that. Like, I knew I was the biggest I had ever been, right? I could look at myself. I was starting to dress different to try to hide it and all of those things, right? That we go through when we put some weight on. But no one had said, you're overworking your heart. Do you know how it's a miracle every day you wake up? You are taking this for granted, and you have two children. And if anybody knows me, if I don't have the strength to do something for myself, all you got to do is tell me it's for my kids. I'm on it. I'm on it, whatever I got to do. So I actually did research, and because I had a thyroid issue and I was suffering with high blood pressure, I actually qualified for gastric bypass. That's how bad it was. Like, and for almost a year, I was like trying to starve myself, trying to do all of these things because I'm like, that's the easy way out. Everybody's going to judge me. They're going to be like, oh, you just had a surgery, this, that, and the other. And I literally went to counseling for it. And they're like, no, listen, having the surgery actually makes a lot of things more difficult. People just think it's easier because they see the quick results in the beginning. But let me tell you, the maintenance that it takes after, if you ever gain weight, it's going to be twice as hard for you to get it off now because you have a small stomach. So it's not your eating that's doing it. It's literally everything else, your sleep, your water, your like, so it's, you know, after I got over that and said, okay, I'm going to do it, then I had this life altering surgery. And afterwards, there was a whole year before that I had to go to counseling, eating classes, psychological testing just to have the surgery. So after you pass all of that and you have to lose weight on your own, you have to prove that you can actually handle this mentally. So after I did that, I got the surgery. Then it's 6 weeks where you're eating liquids. Okay, so everyone's looking at you losing and you are miserable. Okay, miserable. No food, like it's crazy. Then after that, you have to learn how to eat all over again, almost like a baby. You go from liquids to softs and then regular food. And even to this day, I can't really eat carbs, not because they're bad for you, but because my new stomach don't like them now.
Like them.
Yeah, so I had to learn myself all over again. I used to love chicken. Now I can't really eat chicken. Like I had to become like a pescatarian because my new stomach said something different. So, and to this day, like I'm not at my goal weight still. And it's been a few years since I had the surgery. So I'm still learning and figuring out how to be my best self. But I tell you, it's so much easier when you have a partner who works out with me, who will buy me the protein shakes that I need, who makes sure I have all of the vitamins that I now have to take to make sure I get all the nutrients in my body. I wouldn't be able to do it if I didn't have someone that could support that, you know, when I'm getting mentally down, because I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm still 20 pounds away. And he's like, you look great to me, but okay, let me give you a hug. Like, you know? But yeah, that's my transformation in a nutshell. So I did have the help of gastric bypass, but I want to be very clear. I'm still not at my goal weight. I still have to do all of the things that all of you have to do to lose weight. I don't just sit around and get it. I work out 5 days a week. I have to watch my diet. I have to get sleep. I have to do all of the things. And I can only eat small amounts of food at a time. So now I have different challenges.
Yes, I'm so glad that you were so transparent and you
Yeah.
shared that. I really feel like somebody is getting delivered through just hearing your story and your testimony. Thank you, Tamika Denise. She is tagging all types
Come
of
on,
people on
Tamika.
this.
Thank
Look,
you.
that's
Thank
what
you,
I'm talking
Tamika.
about because
Thank
we
you. Thank
need
you,
to.
Constance.
Yes, hey, Constance, thank you for tuning in. And then Millie said, proud of you.
Thank you.
This is the power of what is going to happen at the Attract Abundance Conference. Like, we're going to be transparent, but we're going to pour into you so that we can educate you, we can equip you, and we can empower you
That's
to
right.
be the woman that you need to be so that you can really build wealth and attract more abundance and have a greater impact with the abundance that we attract.
Come on
When you
now.
were speaking about before you had the surgery, you said a few times you had to work on your inner self. You had to go to therapy. You had
Yeah.
to have a psychologist be able to help you be in the right mindset because it's
Yep.
going to take a lot of work. It's going to take mental toughness for you to go
Yes.
through the surgery and still live
After.
after the surgery.
That's right.
And so I feel like when it comes to business, I feel like when it comes to relationships, there are some
Mhm.
people who think that we do not need to seek wise counsel and we do not need to like, let's be real, we do not need to seek wise counsel. We don't need therapy. If we get therapy, then something is wrong with us.
Mhm.
And I don't believe in that, y'all. I got a therapist. I started seeing a therapist
Come
in
on now.
2022, and had I listened to her when she
Come
first
on now. And like, so let's talk about that. If you have a coach and your coach don't have a coach, you need a new coach.
say it again. Say
Okay?
that again. Say it one
If
more time.
you have a coach and your coach doesn't have a coach, you need a new coach.
Exactly.
Because we all need someone to hold us accountable. We all need someone to help stretch us. We
Yes.
all need somebody that is going to pour into us as well. So listen, I have this great life now, but as I was on my way to it, I had a mentor. And the reason why we're so aligned too is I didn't get a mentor for love because I was a relationship coach. So even though my relationship wasn't reflecting what I was teaching, all of my clients were doing well. They were getting married, everything was good for them. The reason why I wasn't experiencing that is because I was forgetting to take my own teachings. I was not doing what I would tell other people to do.
Speak
And
about it. Speak about it.
listen, I was literally like driving myself crazy, almost to the point where I was like, oh, maybe I need to quit this. But I'm like, wait a minute. Why would I quit this when everyone I'm helping they're flourishing? They're getting married. Their relationships are getting better. Okay, I need to think about, okay. And then from that point, I was like, when I would go through things in my marriage, I'm like, what would I tell someone else? Leave my feelings out of it. What would I tell one of my clients if they came to me with this? What would I be thinking? And boy, did that change how I showed up in that marriage. It changed everything because I'm like, wait a minute, I know what to do. So now I need to do it. And when I hired a mentor, I actually hired a mentor to work on my money mindset because at the time we were having really bad financial issues. And sidebar, the reason why money matters so much when you're thinking about marriage is because when you don't have any, every problem is bigger.
Say
You
say
have
that one more
money.
time. Say it one more time.
Listen, when you don't have any money in marriage, every single problem is going to be bigger. And you won't even get to the problems because you won't have the money to do the basic things you need. That's why when you put provision in the forefront, hey, let's take care of this money first. You would be surprised. Half your problems are gone. First of all, half of them are gone because when things are taken care of, you ain't nitpicking. You don't even notice half the, what are you talking about?
Yes.
People say all the time to me, they're like, well, what if your husband's cheating? I'm like, if he is, I don't know. I'm too happy and too taken care of. I don't worry about that. I don't go looking for if he's doing anything wrong because he's doing too much right. He's taking care of things. Now, that's not to say I am okay with it. I'm just saying I don't preoccupy myself with that. Usually, when you're preoccupied with what's wrong, looking at someone's phone, it's because your needs aren't met. You don't have what you need. You ain't going to the spa. You ain't on vacation. You don't have the clothes you like. You're not getting flowers. You're not getting date nights. So you're looking because you're like, you're not giving it to me. So where is it going? I mean, I don't mean to oversimplify.
No, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. And I'm just like, I'm keeping some of my comments to myself because I feel like we're gonna need that for the next interview. But I also want what's happening to just keep on happening. Thank you to Tamika Dennis put some fire there, and she tagged at least about 20 women. Thank you, Queen. You are amazing.
Right.
Let me tell you something. As you're speaking, I'm like, yes, this applies in business too. So first of all, what you said was I was doing the right things. I wasn't doing all the right things, but I was teaching people how to do all the right things. But it wasn't until I got a coach that helped me work on my mindset.
Yes.
See, y'all, for those of you who are new to me, I am a financial consultant. I'm a business coach. I have a group called Business Women Building Wealth. And our theme for that group is mindset, money, and movement. Everything boils down to the mindset, the money, and the movement. But guess what? We got to work on the mindset first.
Yes.
Mindset first. Even at the conference, the way the agenda is laid out, we're focusing on the mindset first because we can give you all the tips, tools, strategies, all of that. But you're not going to do any of that if your mindset
you don't work on the mind first.
We got to work on the mind first. And something else just came to me. I know we got to go. I can be here all day, but something else just came to me. Somebody may need this. I don't know who's going to watch this as a replay. I don't know who's going to be tagged. I don't even know some of these names that are tagged, but something else that came to me is I heard you say that even though you are known as the kept wife strategist on today, there was a period of time in which you were married before. And sometimes women who have been divorced, they tend to think that they can't have, or maybe they won't have, or they allowed the relationship or the person who was in that relationship who spoke those negative things into their mind, like they allow those things to be at the forefront of their mind. So they may have heard a lot of things that were not true about what they couldn't do, who they wouldn't be, what they wouldn't have. And that's still keeping them stuck. That's still keeping them blocked. I'm not saying that happened to you, may not have happened to you, but for the women who may be like, I really do want to build wealth and I want to have a multi-million-dollar legacy, but my ex, he tore my mind down so much, I don't even know where to start. What would you say to those women?
That's really good for you to bring up. Most of the women that I work with happen to be divorced, right? I call that in. And I think it's definitely a lot of what you said, going through that traumatic experience, because let's just call it what it is, right? We're not designed to be divorced. We're not. It's very unnatural. It's an unnatural thing to merge your life with a person and then to have to tear it apart. It literally feels like a death, but the person is still walking around living. So it's a traumatic experience to go through that. And when women come to me, they usually are very beaten up emotionally. They definitely have those remnants of the voices and the negative things that have been said to them or that they've experienced enough that there's a pattern of negativity. So back to the original statement of mindset, that's the foundation. We have to tear that down. And I actually do an activity where we go through what I call love limitations. And these are the limitations or lies that you are telling yourself about love. And they're actually limiting your experience. So first, we get rid of those. We get rid of the love limitations so that you can believe again, so that you can have a positive feeling about love, so that you can want to try marriage again. You have to do that first before you can try to attract a quality man, because guess what? A quality man, he's going to be turned off by negativity. He's going to be turned off by lack. You can't want a provider, but you don't have an abundant mindset. They're not attracted to that. They're like, I need my money got to be invested in good soil. My money has to be with the woman that has an abundance mindset so she can multiply what I'm bringing in. Stop thinking about you need to match his money. You need to be worrying about multiplying his money.
Ooh, we say it one more time.
Girl.
I'm gonna make a reel out of this. Say it one more time. Say it one more time.
I mean, I teach on that too. It's called feminine currency. We need to stop thinking you need to be a man's equal in what you earn in your effort. Your feminine currency is literally how you appreciate him, the affection you give, the respect that you give. That's what money can't buy. That's our feminine currency. So you have to be able to give that and worry about multiplying what he has. That's what a keeper man is looking for. He's looking for a woman that's going to take what he builds and what he brings, and she puts the zhuzh on it. That's what they want.
Well, y'all heard it here first. And if you want to hear some more, because I feel like if I keep on asking questions, like people getting too much of the good stuff without getting a ticket. So if you are just tuning in, we are hosting the Attract Abundance Conference October 24th through the 26th in Frisco, Texas. This is where successful business women are coming together so that we can be educated, equipped, and empowered to be able to build wealth, multi-million-dollar legacies, and have a greater impact with the abundance that we attract. There are going to be women who've been in business for 20 years in the room. There are going to be women who have 7-figure businesses, 8-figure businesses in the room. There are going to be women who work in corporate, but who want to go full-time in their business. There are going to be private practitioners in the room. Your next business coach may be in the room. Your next client may be in the room. Your next accountability partner may be in the room. Your next sister may be in the room. So I encourage you to go to attractabundanceconference.com and get in the room. Take off work on Friday if you have to go to work. Take off work on Friday. It's worth it, because we're not just focusing on the physical currency. She just told you about something called feminine currency. Where are people having these conversations? And then we're still going to talk about tax strategies, estate planning, marketing, sales, real estate. Where are you going to go and get all of this in 2 days? Nowhere else but the Attract Abundance Conference in Frisco, Texas. And if you get a VIP ticket, then you have the opportunity to be at our VIP reception, and all of our speakers, as well as this lovely queen, will be there at the VIP reception. And then you have an opportunity to be seated with the speakers. This is not just a sit and geek type of event. This is an event where we're going to learn and we're going to apply. There's going to be a whole workbook. And so while you're working through things in the room, you're applying and you're processing in the room. Transformation is going to happen in the room, because this is the Attract Abundance Conference. So make sure you get your tickets at attractabundanceconference.com. Now, that is my spiel. That is my plug. I want you to start plugging in some things, Queen, because I know that there are some people who are like, where can I find her? So tell us, where can we find you? And what do you have coming up next outside of the Attract Abundance Conference?
Yeah. So, I mean, unfortunately, I had a VIP day coming up the week before the conference, but it's sold out already.
Look, that ain't unfortunate.
Unfortunate for you. Fortunate for me and the amazing women that took quick action. But you can follow me, Destination Deanna, on all platforms. So Facebook, Instagram, YouTube are my main platforms, Destination Deanna. Or you can go to my website, which is destinationdeanna.com. And on there, you will see my Love Attraction Journal, which is where most people get started. You can do that, or you can start with one of my smaller courses. Or if you're ready to jump in, if you're like, Deanna, I don't know, I'm feeling synergy here. I'm feeling like you might be my person and I want to be a kept wife. Let's get to work. I actually have one space left for a one-on-one client in 2024. before I raise my prices and before I change my packages. So reach out, go onto my website, and you can contact me via there.
I love it. I love it. Y'all, she said before she raised her prices and before she changed her packages, I've seen her packages. They're amazing. Before she changed her prices. So what that means, what that
That
means is,
means they don't go down. I'm gonna just say that.
they don't go down. What that means is if you think, well, I'm gonna do it in 2025, it may not be there in
It
2025.
may
What you
not
see
be
her
there.
offering in 2025, it may not be there. What you see me offering in 2024, I may not offer in 2025.
That's right.
Because depending on where God is leading us and the people that He's bringing to us, like we may have to switch it up. She may get an
Listen,
overflow of clients after being at the Attract Abundance conference, and she may say, "Well, I got to raise it just a
I
little
got
bit more. I
raised
got to
this.
get
I
rid
got
of this."
closed that down. I ain't got that much capacity. Because I
Right?
mean,
She
as
don't
a
have.
kept wife, I have kept wife hours. So I don't work full time like other coaches.
Say
I'm
it
not
again. You
taking
got
my
kept wife hours,
I do. I got a couple hours a day that I do this.
and that's it. That's for the people. This your community service, huh?
Yep.
I don't mean it in no bad way.
No, not
this,
at all, but
this
literally.
this is your ministry because you're
Yes.
like, I'm not doing this all day. Y'all gotta.
Uh-uh.
What she said is, you have a window of time. You have a window of opportunity. I'm glad that we're talking about time because I
Yeah.
do want to wrap up speaking about time. Right. So I do believe that there are some people who rush into things and they want things to happen so fast. Right.
Hmm.
But what they may not realize is there are some things that they're not just ready for yet. And that is okay. You need to get ready and then you can stay ready and then you can attract all the abundance that you want. So let's speak about in your experience, especially with the women that you have come into contact with, how important is understanding time and timing in order to be the woman that we want to be in terms of having an abundant life, an abundant love life, and being in a relationship where love matters, but money matters too.
Yes. Um, oh, let me be so clear. And this might hurt some feelings, but it will definitely set you free as well. We want a lot of things, right? We will go through life and we'll say, I want my husband, I want this, I want that. Let me tell you, the reason you don't have whatever it is you want, the husband, the house, the job, the whatever, is because you are not prepared to receive it or maintain it. That's it. It's nothing else. We serve a good God. God
Mm,
does not want to tease us with blessings. So God does not want to prematurely give you something that you are not prepared to receive, enjoy, and maintain.
mhm,
You don't have the relationship because you're not ready. You're not prepared. You have not done the necessary work in order for the blessing to come and you to enjoy it and not mess it up. This
mm,
is why you
mm.
need a coach. This is why you need a guide. This is why you need a strategist. So that person can take a look at where you are and they can see your blind spots and they can point some things out to you like, yes, you're beautiful. However, this ain't so pretty. Yes, you're intelligent, but you're not moving smart in this area. Yes, you're successful in business, but you're not taking what you know about business and applying it the proper way to your personal life. You need someone to point that out 9 times out of 10. Okay, I'm just going to say that. So when it comes to timing, if it's not happening, that just means you have more work to do. Hey, I want a flat stomach. I
Mm.
want a flat stomach. I'm not prepared. My life is not prepared to maintain it.
Look, you
That's
got
why
that
I don't
happy that
have it.
relationship. Listen, I'm
You
just gonna
know,
be honest, like shoot,
you,
but I be a little
I
thicker
hired
with
a
my
trainer
husband.
though. I hired a trainer because the trainer is going to help me prepare to receive that new body and maintain it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's what it is. If you're getting frustrated, if you're feeling like I really want this, I think I'm ready, I've done my work, you have not. There's something still that you have not mastered. If my husband that I have now would have come to me 2 years prior, he wouldn't have even looked at me. Okay, let's be real about it. He would not have looked at me. And not because I wasn't beautiful and I was heavier, like, let's not even go there. It's not about the body shaming or anything like that. But I wasn't even walking in the level of confidence that he met me in. I was not inspirational. I was not this woman. And this is the woman that got his attention. So you have to become the woman that has what you desire and maintains it before it's going to come. That's the timing.
Becoming.
Yes.
Ooh, becoming. Well, let me tell y'all something. The Attract Abundance Conference is going to happen October 24th through the 26th, 2024. And if you miss out this year, you can come to the conference next year in 2025 because I've already got my stamp of approval from on high. But you do risk the opportunity of being in the same place next year that you are in this year. So get in the room, make sure you connect with our amazing speakers, our amazing sponsors, because we really do want to help you build wealth. Again, I am a financial consultant and I am a business coach. I specialize in retirement planning, insurance planning, college planning. And with my coaching clients, I help them with their income, their impact, and their influence. But like I said earlier, that's my lane. I'm a part of the Single Women's Club. So what I'm not gonna do, is I'm not gonna get up on stage and tell you how to be a kept wife. Now, what I am going to do is I am going to empower you and say, even though you may not have your Mr. Right yet, you still can accomplish great things. You still can do great things. I am a living witness. I am an example of that. However, I am not the source of all knowledge. That's why I have an attorney on the lineup. That's why I have the kept wife strategist in the lineup. That's why I have a banker who works for Frost Bank. Shout out to Frost Bank, one of our sponsors, who's going to speak about how to become more attractive to banks so the banks can give you the funding that you need in order to make your business dreams come true. So without further ado, I am going to get ready to close this conversation because this all y'all going to get for free today. Y'all better look at them programs and courses and all that stuff she got before she changed the prices and it go up. and or it disappear because she's a kept wife. And like she said, she got kept wife hours. And I can't wait to say the same. I can't wait to say the same. Thank you so much for watching, Greta. I appreciate you for being here with us on today. I look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you so much.
Any lasting words? I want you to have the final word on today.
Women, you can have it all. I know society tries to limit our experience. If you're successful in business, you can't have love. If you have a husband, you can't do anything else. If you're a mom, they have to be your life and you have to ignore your own desires. I'm here to tell you it's not true. I have 2 beautiful children. I'm an active mother. I have an amazing husband who provides, and I'm a business owner successfully. So you can have it all if you are willing to become the woman that warrants that type of life.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's what it means to be abundant. Thank you so much again. I hope you all have a wonderful and fantastic Friday. I'll see you all next time. Adios.